Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I actually want to cover two things. The first one is going to be the aquarium heaters, and then the second one is going to be some changes in the fish room that I've been contemplating for quite a while now. Before I get into that, I just want to thank everyone that's donated on my Patreon towards the channel. The money from last month actually went into buying 4 of these heaters, one for each of these tanks. So I really want to thank everyone that's donated for that, because without your support I wouldn't be able to get those guys. So again, thank you so much for the donations on the Patreon and for supporting the work I do on my channel. If you haven't yet checked it out, the link for my Patreon account is in the description below, and every cent really does help a lot. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like anything in the video, hit that thumbs up and drop a comment below. I appreciate all input. So, let's get into the heaters. So I picked up 4 of these heaters on Amazon, and these guys are freaking amazing. They are new, so all you gotta do is just stick them on the outside of your tank. It's just awesome. So you stick them on the outside of the tank, you got a little knob right up here, and you control the temperature. It's better than the traditional ones that you have to plug into your tank, since you don't have to get your hands wet to change the temperature. So that's awesome. And you can always see the temperature right on there, what you set it on, if it's on. Alright, jokes aside, you don't put them on the outside of your tank. You never want to do that. These have to be completely submerged, even though there is a little knob here to change the temperature. You always want to put them inside. So, there's one there, one right there, and then this one you can't really see, but it's right there in the back. You always want them completely submerged, so even when you do water changes, make sure they're below, below that water line. You actually risk the chances of them exploding or cracking, and that you definitely do not want. You don't want water inside. If that happens, you risk the chances of either electrocuting yourself or killing your fish. You always see horror stories on YouTube of people that lose their fish because of heater malfunctions. This tank actually has a heater. You don't see it, it's right in there. Just plug that one in because the temperatures in the room have actually been dropping. We do heat the house, but it's never going to be the exact temperature that the fish like. So those 3, 1, 2, 3, are set at 74 degrees. The reason I did that is as follows. Usually fry prefers 78 degrees, juvenile fish prefer 76, or 74, 76. Wait, yeah, 76, and then adults usually keep them around 72. That's how I like to keep them, but since these tanks are going to be multiple age groups, and they're constantly going to be changing around, as I explained the changes in the fish room, I set them all to 74. So that's, I think, is a nice in-between temperature. This tank does not have a heater yet, even though you see it right there in the back. That is a Tetra heater, had it for about a year, and it's died on me. It's supposed to hold, you can't program it, it's one of those that are preset already. And it's supposed to hold the temperature at 80, I believe, but it doesn't. This is the thermometer right now in there, so it's at 69.9, so about 70 degrees. It's not horrible, and it does heat up, but it doesn't stay the right temperature. It's a little too low for my liking. These guys I like because I could actually adjust them. They have the little knobs, so you could change it if you want it warmer or cooler, whatever range you want to put it at. But I'll do a review on those in the future. For now, I'm just going to let them run. Those 3 already have them, and they've been working really well. So these tanks are all around the 74 range, so anywhere between 73 to 75 right now. It's kind of hard to dial it exactly. This one is cooler, just because it's losing some of the heat to this tank, and then likewise for this one. Now the reason I haven't switched the heater in this tank is because it's plugged in behind this tank, so I can't really get back there to unplug it. So I'm going to have to wait until I do a water change and this tank is lighter, so I can pull it up a little bit and then unplug it and plug the new one in. But I just did a water change about 2 days ago, so I don't want to do that again just to plug in the heater. And that temperature is not too bad. So that's what we got with that. I'll put a link to these heaters in the description below, but I wouldn't recommend buying them yet, even though they do have great reviews. Because I'll be doing a review video on them on what I think of them for the future. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is changes in the fish room. I've contemplated changing things up, and I think this time I've actually came to a decision that I'll only be keeping 2 strains. That'll be the red chilies and the purple mosaics. The black Russian Dumbo ear are in here. Those guys are going to stay in there. But these 4 tanks are only going to be dedicated to the red chilies. So what I'm going to do is have 2 tanks for red chili, 2 tanks for the red mosaics. Now the red mosaics have 2 color varieties. Not the red mosaics. The purple mosaic. 2 varieties. So we got the purples, and then right there you can see the yellowish red males. I'm going to consider those as 1 strain, and then separate them accordingly as they gain color. The red chilies, I believe, are breed pure every time, so those I don't really need too much work, but these guys will be a challenge, so it's going to be nice to make videos in the future of updates and how I'm keeping the strain pure, how I'm advancing it. Now, cool thing is, after overbreeding, usually start losing genetic diversity. I could always breed them back into each other, since that's originally how they were, just to get better genetics out of them. So it's going to be a cool little project, I believe. The Superior Reds are actually in this tank right now, mixed with some other pretty cool males that I like. Every time I see a male in one of these tanks, I toss them into that tank, just to keep it cycled for now. And that's what it is right now, but then as I get more of the purple mosaics, that's going to change. So 2 tanks could work 2 different ways. I could have a male and a female tank, or I could have an adult and a fry tank. So what would happen is, if I have the adults in this tank and they drop fry, if you see this one right now, it's full of Java moss. I plan on doing that to all of them. So right now I'm just waiting for it to grow out, so all the tanks will be filled with Java moss. So as the fry drop in this tank, I'll move the adults into that one and leave just the fry in here to grow out. And then once these fry are large enough, they get moved into one of these. So this one side could be the red mosaic, and the other side will be the red chili and the purple mosaics. And then what I'll do is then when they drop again, I'll move the adults back here. So you keep swapping them back and forth. So it'll be fry adults, and then fry adult, and back and forth, if that makes any sense. So it'll be 2 for each strain plus this. Then I'll also have these up here if I want to specifically breed 1 male with a certain female, so I could have them separate. Right now we have the blue diamond, my crosses between the Superior Red and these guys, and then I have the black Dumbo ear in there. So that doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of these guys yet, but they'll be just a smaller project. The way I have it set right now is if they have any fry, the opening the grid right there is small enough that all the fry just fall into the back, then from the back they fall into this side. This one's capped off, so they can't go into here. So they fall into that side of the tank. So that's the way it is set up right now, since my main strains don't have any fry yet. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do this summer. I mean this winter. And then for the summer, I believe I'll have the Dumbo ear purple mosaics outside. Just because I feel like those are really nice fish to have in a pond, just because they're really strong metallic coloring to them. And I think these guys are great project fish. I really like the way these guys look. Now this one is more of a ribbon tail, while that one is more of a mosaic tail. So this one, I think that ribbon tail male is definitely going to be a future breeder. Once I have females from this side. The purple mosaic females will actually carry the gene for the yellow as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. It's just going to be a little bit more work, but it's a challenge, and I think it'll be a great challenge to have in the channel, so you guys can follow along. Alright, so I believe that's all I have for this video. So you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, drop it below in the comment section. If you liked anything in this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up key. Thumbs up key, there's no such thing as a key. Thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're very close to 2,500 milestone, and I'm still working with some sponsors for the giveaway. Alright guys, until next time, and have a good one.